Have you ever heard of tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, or just elbow tendonitis in general? It's a very painful thing, and for those of you who have it, it can be very debilitating after a while. Today, I'm going to talk about why you have elbow tendonitis, what are some of the things that typically people try to do that does not work, and if you stay towards the end, I'm going to show you how to stop this pain, not in weeks, but in minutes. Welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. My name is Butch Phelps, and today we're going to dive into elbow tendonitis. Now, for some of you that you've heard it called tennis elbow if it's on the outside, golfer's elbow if it's on the inside, either way, it's a very painful thing. Now, what's interesting about that is that the pain that you feel in the elbow is basically caused by the gripping strength of your hand. So you'll see athletes that play golf, they'll play tennis, they'll play baseball, they'll throw a baseball or they'll throw a football. In fact, recently Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams had elbow issues in throwing the football and what causes that. And so the sad part about that is that for so many people, including professional athletes, many of them miss weeks to months at a time suffering with these. I've seen many bands where the drummer will have these bands around their arms, and of course some of you guys have seen it on tennis courts as well, but the drummers would have these bands around their arms, on both arms, and which is a clear sign that they have elbow tendonitis from just handling the drumsticks on a set of drums. So what causes that? So when you look at your hand and your arm, from your elbows to the tips of your fingers, there are 26 muscles that control the hand. You have 5 muscles attaching here, coming out to your fingers, allows you to open your hands. You have 5 muscles here coming down to your fingers, allow you to close your hands. And so what happens is that over time, in using something like a bat or a club or drumsticks or a tennis racket, by gripping this, you can see how my arm actually gets tight up into here. And you can see it moving both ways. Try it yourself and watch how your forearm actually moves. So when you're gripping things, including a steering wheel in your car, you literally can pull from here, causing pain as this inflames here by getting too tight. Now, the key to this is that the arm itself has to be able to move. You want these muscles to be soft, and at the same time you want them to be lengthened out, so when I close my hand I don't get a pain here, or if I'm gripping something tight I don't get a pain here. So all of it has to do with the movement of the hand creating the pain out here on this side. So many times you'll see people, like I said earlier, they'll wear a band around their arm here, or you'll see them wear a sleeve that comes up around the elbow this way. Some people will rub creams on it, they'll rub salves on it. Other people, if it gets extreme, will wind up having injections in their elbow, not understanding that it's the gripping of the hand that sets this off. Now I know you may say, well, I went to the doctor to get the injection, and so wouldn't they know? Well, not necessarily, because they're trained, just like I was in school, that we're supposed to stop the pain. The pain is here. We need to stop this pain. So an injection will block off receptors in here so it doesn't send messages to your brain, but it didn't change anything in the muscles of my arm this way. And so what we want is to learn how to change this so that you can actually correct it like you're supposed to. So like I said, by waiting till the end, you see now you can learn how to stop this, not in days, weeks, or months, but literally in minutes. I've had people come in to see me with elbow tendonitis, and they, after 30, 40 minutes working on it, they'd swear up and down later that day and into the next day that the pain just stayed away, and it did not come back. So let's go into what I did to help these people stop it, and if you do the same thing, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the thing. When you are looking at the muscles in the forearm, these muscles for most people are very tight. That's a normal for you. In other words, if you touch your arm, it feels like it always did. So it's normal for you. But the truth of the matter is, it may not be normal for a human being. So let me rephrase that so you understand what I'm talking about here. This is the only arm you touch. How many arms did you get to walk around that people say, oh yeah, I touched my arm. Oh yeah, I touched my arm. Not many. And so what do you have to compare it to? Whatever you feel on your forearm, this is normal. So what we're going to do is help you learn a new normal. So as you're working here, all I do is I wrap my hand around my arm and I use the pad of my thumb here. And as you can see, I rotate my hand this way underneath it, but it looks like I'm pushing up with my thumb if you just watch this area of my arm. But I'm just gently pressing in, rolling my hand underneath my thumb and feeling those muscles move literally underneath my thumb. And what I want to do here is, as I'm rolling it through, is to breathe out and allow the muscle to just soften. Now, if I push really, really hard, trust me when I tell you, this is going to really hurt. And when you do that and you create all that pain because you think you're going to manhandle it, your brain then will contract the muscle trying to stop the pain because it feels attacked, even though you're the one that's attacking you, okay? So you're not going to beat this out. But what you can do with this is by using your thumbs is to breathe out, slowly turn the hand underneath so the muscle can move underneath your thumb. And as you breathe out, allow the muscle to just release and let go. You'll feel a little bit of discomfort. But like I said, I don't want massive discomfort because it will not work if you do that. And you're going to work your way all the way down your arm just like this. And then you're going to come back and you're going to come a little bit higher and come down and work. And then a little bit higher and come down and work. And you can also turn the hand over and now you can work this way where you're literally rotating the hand in, getting to the muscles underneath. When you know this part of your arm is soft enough, you should easily be able to feel the two bones that are in this part of your arm. And that's when you know you're at the right place, because you have muscles on top, muscles on the bottom, and muscles in between these bones, and that allows your hand to make this movement. Okay? So this has to be soft to take the pressure off the elbow. Doesn't take a long time. What it will take is probably 10 or 15 minutes, and you can start to work that. The second thing that we're going to do is start to stretch the hand out. Now, a lot of times it looks like, well, gee, if I just do this, this would be fine. Or what if I just do that? I've seen people on the videos say, you know, just stretching your wrist by doing this. This is not stretching your wrist, okay? So let me explain. If you just do this, you have to contract here to pull the hand down. When you contract the muscle, you're doing strength training. So what we want to do is you want to make a light fist, take your other hand here, and as this arm is totally relaxed, take the hand and pull the wrist down straight this way. And what you'll feel is a stretch along into here. Now these muscles, again, they're running just like this. You're going to hold this for 5 seconds, and as you hold it, I want you to breathe out and allow the muscles to relax and let go. And then you're going to repeat this 10 times. All right? You can also, for underneath here, put your hands together just like this, and you just start to bring the hand over, and you'll feel it on the inside of the forearm here. Hold for the 5 seconds, breathe out, and repeat 10 times. Now, the secret to the 5 seconds is that I'm not going to scare my brain so the brain kicks in a stretch reflex causing the muscle to contract to pull my hand back up, okay? The 10 repetitions is to show my brain that I can do this and I didn't die. That's the key to that. Because what happens is that if these muscles are sore, as you start to move your hand, the brain's going to think, oh, this could be problems, contract, contract. We want to avoid that. So these are two things that you can do. 10 this way, 10 over this way. 10 this way, just like that. And then you want to soften and work into your arm here. If you'll do this every morning, in fact, if you've got elbow tendonitis now, I would suggest doing it in the morning for about 10 or 15 minutes, in the midday, and then in the end of the day and into the evening, I would suggest you do that as well. Once it stops, now you can do it probably once a day, especially if you have jobs where you're on a computer, you're driving, you're lifting things, you're gripping things, picking things up. I would do it every day. In my job, I work with my hands all the time. So while I'm sitting at a stoplight waiting for the light to turn green, I will work on my arms. I've done it standing on stage in front of 100 people. And actually work on my arms as people are talking to me from the audience. But my point is you want to be able to do this throughout your day. And I'm telling you, once you do it, you'll be surprised at how in minutes you can stop it and it'll stay away. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe down below, ring the bell, share it with your friends, leave me comments, let me know how you're doing with this. And for now, see ya.